Nobody. Running back. JK, we got you, JK. JK, you're out. Hey, JK, you're out. I substituted you because you're so far downfield. Yeah, these we fence, you don't have to run 40 yards downfield.
Yep.
And the warps, we like to keep you by the, just like it would be a normal play in a game. Somebody fumbles, take them out. Take them out if they fumble.
Okay, gotcha.
Howdy and welcome on in, Los Angeles Chargers fans. I have a beautiful video for you guys today. First things first though, I need every single solitary one of you to go look at the mic'd up episode of Coach Jim Harbaugh that is going through the training camp processes. He gets this beautiful applause as he's walking onto the field. You see the energy. You guys are absolutely excited. There's so much that goes into this mic'd up. You find out how the fans are receptive to him. You see his personality towards the fans. You see his personality towards the players. You see his personality towards the other coaches. And I think it's infectious. I think he has this overwhelming CEO but slash dad vibe to him. He's very much a personable guy, but he's all business. A few things that I took, like some notes that I took with this mic'd up about his personality. Hey, he likes to have fun. He likes to be quirky. He likes to be involved. He likes to be a personable coach. That's all beautiful. That's all nice. That's going to give the players this ease on being open with him, this ease of saying, hey, I'm going to go to bat for this head coach, which is something that Braden Staley, I believe, lacked. He lacked a personable connection with a lot of the players. And I just think Coach Harbaugh, with his dad vibe, him being an older coach, you see the league, it is getting younger and younger in that head coach environment. But some of these old dudes, some of these older coaches like a Harbaugh, he's adaptive. And the way he's able to be adaptive, it's through his, and this is going to sound crazy, this is going to sound strange, but it's through his dadness, his fatherness. And he sees a lot of these players as his sons. Like this is the energy that he brings. You saw what he just did with Michigan. There, he has to be he says things like swag. That's still like 10, 15 years ago when we were all seeing swag, right, with Soulja Boy. But hey, at the end of the day, probably even more than 15 years, but at the end of the day, he's trying to keep up. He's saying things that's very fashionable, and I just like it a lot. And you can see him trying to relate with his guys, which is very different from a lot of other older coaches. And so I really, really love that. But another beautiful thing about how personal he is, I have in my notes, if you mess up, you're going to be held accountable. Now that dynamic, it's so hard to perfect. That balance is so hard to really perfect because coaches, unfortunately, they only could pick one or the other. Me, right, you guys know this as a Bengals fan, Marvin Lewis, our former head coach, he was too big on the personal side. He was too big on the, I need them to like me. I need them to respect me. And what happened? So many Bengals for like X amount of years were getting arrested, getting in trouble. Perfect. Our linebacker was insane. So it's really hard to do both. Bill Belichick, he's more of the guy that's like CEO, has ownership of the building, my way or the highway. But what that does is that doesn't give enough personality. The players don't have a personable approach to him. So that kind of affects things. As you see on the way out, when Tom Brady leaves, it's just very dysfunctional. And I just think Jim Harbaugh has this beautiful balance of being a personable coach. But you hear him say, hey, anyone fumbles, take them out of the drill. It's just that simple. It's not this like, oh, he fumbled, let me give him another chance. Oh, he fumbled, let me give him another shot. No, it's none of that. He just won a national championship with his alma mater, Michigan. He's been to Super Bowls and lost them, but he's been there. And more than that and anything, it's the simple fact that he is a guy that is a competitor, and he wants nothing but excellence to be had in his organization. That's all he wants. He just wants excellence. I love that you get to see that side of him through this mic'd up. Once again, it's on the Chargers YouTube channel. Definitely go and check it out and give it a listen. And so what that does in theory is it tells you that he's not a BS type of guy, right? He's a guy that wants to encourage his players. He's a guy that wants to challenge his team. He's a guy that wants them to succeed, to be the best that they could be. But in that same light, he's not going to baby you. He's not going to coddle you. It took him a short amount of years to build that Michigan culture that he built. Now it's just all championship or bust for the next couple of years, next couple of seasons. That's their mindset that he built, that he created at that university. And I just believe he's going to do the exact same thing with the Los Angeles Chargers. I mean, even when the 49ers, he left the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan came in, things were at a structural point. Things were at a point where so much was controlled when he left San Francisco. Things were not as chaotic, as messy, as disgusting. And I would just want to go out on a limb and say, when you hear quotes of players that he is really trying to gas up, like a Quentin Johnston, that a lot of you, I think, kind of gave up on, and I'd want to know in the comment section who gave up on Quentin Johnston and who didn't. But we have a quote from Jim Harbaugh. You know, Jim Harbaugh heaps high praise on Quentin Johnston, saying he's going to be a problem, right? And then if you read more into the story, he says he's strong, he's athletic, he's only getting better, he's a strong man, just getting stronger. I just think he got a bad rap. Like, all of these very encouraging words that he is spewing out, they're not to just gas up Quentin Johnston. Maybe it is to give him confidence, maybe it is to help give him a little bit freedom when he's running routes or when he's in difficult situations, when things aren't just going his way. Maybe that is to give it a little bit of that, but he's not going to go overboard and overly douse this subject with a bunch of BS. He believes in exactly what he is saying, and so I like this. I really do love this. And at the end of the day, a lot of you guys, and I just got to be honest, got to keep everything a beam. Rookie wide receivers should not be held to the same exact standard as the Jamar Chase, as the Puka Nacua, as the Justin Jefferson of his rookie season. Guys, these are the cream of the crop, the top of the top, the best of the best, when these few rookies come in and make these serious impacts. The majority of good rookie wide receivers, first rounders, it takes 2 to 3 seasons for them to really bloom. And it just infuriates me / frustrates me that so many people, whether they not be, you know, Chargers fans, or maybe they are Chargers fans, that are already saying, this kid's a bust, this kid has no hope, this kid can't catch, you know, this kid this kid that. And it's like, dude, give him time, let him get comfortable. He went straight from a combine to a draft to a season. And so at the end of the day, I just truly believe that we have not seen the best of Quentin Johnston at all. And so I would want to know from your standpoint, what does all that mean to you guys? And then lastly, I really just want to talk about this running back room. Your offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, he is a guy who I have a lot of respect for, and I really gained most of his respect when he was in Baltimore. You know, once again, I know a lot about this gentleman. I know a lot about how he runs his offenses. It's a lot of play action. It's a lot of misdirection. It's a lot of, hey, I'm going to make you think this is where the ball is going, and we're just going to run it to another way. Or I'm going to bluff, make it look like I'm going another way, but I'm really just going exactly where you believe I am going. And if you also look, once again, former offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens, he now has J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards as his running backs in LA. So he clearly brought the talent that he knows for a fact works. Now, I would say I'm already frustrated. I'm already a little bit weary of the simple fact that Gus Edwards is already hurt, which has been his problem, as for J.K. Dobbins. But guys, truly, I mean this not to be hyperbolic, not to be too this or too that. The fact that you guys have J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards on the same team, and I have a lot of love for also rookie, Kamani Vidal. I just think that you guys have legitimately changed 180 the running back room. I always had love for Austin Eckler, but he's a scat back that got a lot of playing time. I can't remove my brain from that. He's a scat back that got a lot of attention, and he's really good at being a scat back. I don't like him being an every down dude. I don't think he can necessarily carry the bulk of an entire offense. He's a great running back, but I think what you guys did with getting a big old monster and a Gus Edwards who really knows how to tire out a defense, and then getting a punch in the face-esque type of running back with K. Dobbins, who we truly don't even know how great he could be. We genuinely have no idea how great J.K. Dobbins could be. A lot of hype coming out of Ohio State, but just with the injuries, we haven't seen it as consecutively and consistently as we wanted to, but I believe that it is going to be coming up in the 2024 season. And then Mr. Kamani Vidal, who I don't really get super hype off of, 5th round draft pick, 6th round draft picks, whatever he was. I believe he was a 6th rounder, and he's going to be a 3rd stringer. But Vidal, who was at the Senior Bowl doing great things, and I really liked him at the Senior Bowl. He was very impactful. This could be a legit running back. This could be a legit running back room that is just going to help Justin Herbert and help this offense really, really keep things controlled. When things get too chaotic or when things get too heavily dependent on the defense, things just run amok. Next episode, next Chargers video that we do, I'll probably do it next week. We're going to go in depth on the defense because I think that's going to be the key on whether you guys make the playoffs or don't. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.